Good afternoon, internet. So it's Thursday afternoon. It's the 11th of September. A terrible day to remember. What was it now? 24 years ago. Very sad. The Twin Towers. Lots of people lost their lives. So I thought for them. A seriously horrible situation. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, and it is 3:20 in the afternoon, and this morning the weather was awful. Literally the last couple of hours it's brightened up and the roads have dried up. The sun's quite bright. I've been out for about half an hour, but yeah, a little spin. Shall we have a little spin? This is the first time that I've been out on the bike for some time now, and believe you me, I absolutely need a ride. So there you go. Nowhere in particular, although we probably hang on, let's just put the sun visor down and get this down. We probably will end up somewhere where the ocean is in view, hopefully, because as everybody knows who follows me, I do love the ocean. But look at this weather's changed now. Believe it or not, tonight and tomorrow and Saturday the forecast is absolutely awful again. I mean, it's absolutely terrible again. You know, heavy rain, strong winds. It's just unbelievable, really, you know. Yeah, so I thought by the time this dried up today, there was no point, to be honest with me, trying to get any work done on the chalet. That just would have been, you know, a total waste of time. You know, by the time I get there and I get all the stuff out, it's just not worth it. And then of course there's the risk that if it rains I've got to get it all away. So I thought to myself, do you know what, if it dries up nicely, then I'm just going to go and have a ride. So there you go, that's exactly what we're doing. And it is so nice to be able to get back on the bike. It really is. Makes all the difference. So I'm not too sure if I've brought you this way before. I probably have, to be fair. This is a little place called Comfort Mellors, and literally just up the road from me. I've sort of been out doing a ride round, doing a bit of a circle and what have you, because I wasn't too sure how long the rain was going to keep off. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad at the moment, so you got to go for it sooner or later, haven't you know? So my GPS is bleeping at me because there's a school. Where's the school? There. No, where is it? Someone stole the school. It's around here somewhere anyway. So it always bleeps when there's a school close by. Where is the school? Oh, here it is. Well, I'd say it's somewhere around here, because Ecole Publique, there you go, the Comfort Mellors. So yeah, the school's there. Yeah, always like this bit here. I always do. Come up on the local church, which, as I've said many a times before, every French village has a church, sometimes more than one. We can actually be here, by the way. This isn't me being a bit naughty. Now hang on, because the place that I actually want to go to, they've sort of changed the traffic flow. So hang on a sec. Yeah, I believe I've got to go down here now. So turn it into a sort of one-way system. You have to go through the car park. That's where we're going to head for, Poulin-sur-Mer. Hang on a sec. That's it. It's okay. You used to come down this road here that we're going to join on, but for some unknown reason now that's been made, see, into a one-way. So now you have to come through the car park. different, if anything else, in it, eh? I mean, there's still a lot of clouds about, but hopefully it won't rain. Now hang on a sec, this one is a little bit different to what I used to be on. I know that's saying pool and some air, so yeah, look up here. It looks like it could be raining over there, but there you go, eh? What can you do? Like I said, I've been trying to get out on the bike so much, but of course it's so difficult because I feel guilty at the same time, because you know there's still so much work to do on the sheet, and on the sheet, where it's alright, there's a sign there saying sheet, so much work to do on the chalet, and so you know, you sort of think well, you know, but of course I can't do, you know, if I was just inside, then it doesn't matter, you know, you can leave your tools out, you know, you can turn up and go home and all sorts of things, but with still such a lot to do on the outside, it's still a bit difficult. We was hoping to get cracking on Saturday, but like I said, the weather forecast for Saturday, it's just it's absolutely awful. I mean, you know, it really is. These 30 zones are coming everywhere now. And of course, my guerrilla does not like 30. It hates it. This is the speed where it uffs and puffs and backwards and forwards, yeah. It's very windy, which I always wonder, maybe this wind has blown the rain from this morning away, but according to our weather forecast, it's blowing a hell of a lot more to us. I mean, look at this sunshine at the moment. Crazy, eh? I was talking to a friend this morning, and I always remember when the Twin Towers were attacked way back in 2001. I still lived in the UK then, and I was on holiday. I owned a caravan in just outside Pontevin. Then it was a haven holiday home, holiday campsite, or whatever you want to call it. And we were there, and I always remember my daughter saying to me, "Oh, look at this, you know, on the television." And I honestly thought it was some film. I mean, you know, it just didn't seem possible for something like that to actually be happening. I mean, it was horrific. So yeah, but I always remembered as well, back in those days, I mean, we were on holiday, and the weather was absolutely fantastic, you know. And then again, a few years later, in 2000 and when was it now, 2009, we got married in France, and which was on the 26th of September. Gotta remember that. It's not too far away. Can you imagine if you forget it, especially after saying it on a video? God dearie, man. Anyway, and I mean, you know, the weather then was absolutely brilliant, you know. So what the hell is going on in this day and age? I really don't know. Okay, so this is Poulon-sur-Mer. Now, although it says Poulon-sur-Mer, where it isn't on the sea, you know, Sur-Mer, Mer is the sea, but it's not on the sea. And so yeah, bit misleading really. Oh look, there's a roof the same as mine. Only that's been there for some years. My daughter, my eldest daughter in France, the one who's whose garden we're going to occupy. She used to come here to the Lissy, or I always call it a Lissy, but it's a Lissy, and yeah. Now I want to go up here, actually, thinking about it. I think I do. So that's how it's spelled, Poulan, P-O-U-L-L-A-N. Poulan Sur-Mer, S-U-R-M-E-R-E. There you go. Yeah, this is where she did her final years of education. The Lycée, which sadly is shut now. But yeah. Now this is just a sort of a, like I said, a little wonder-round ride, but you can actually see the sea here. Actually, I don't know if I want to go up there or up there. Do you know what? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we'll just go up here, I think. Great. I have a tractor in view. There you go. But I'm in no rush. Now I'm pretty certain that the sea is going to be right in front of us, and there it is, look. I don't know how good the GoPro's that's going to pick us up, but the sea is all around there, look. Aye. God, dearie me. Very windy, eh? I was watching the other day On the Road, yeah. I think the trips that those pair do are absolutely brilliant, yeah. You know, jealousy, that's what it is. Did I actually wanted to go there? I'm not too sure if I don't think I did. Maybe I did, or maybe I didn't. Anyway, we'll go this way. And obviously they're in Poland at the moment, and which of course is her hometown, well, her home country. And there was this statue of Jesus, yeah, and man, it was big. I mean, it was look at that, hang on a sec, look at that for the view. That is absolutely good. Look at that, hey, look at that. I hope the GoPro's got it. No, yeah, and this statue was huge, and of course the other statue, I think is in Colombia. There may be more than one, but I'm sure there's definitely one in Colombia. And I always thought that the one in Colombia was the tallest one, but it's not, apparently. And this one in Poland is huge, you know. And yeah, I thought to myself, that would be a lovely sight to see, you know. And they've had such good luck with the weather, you know. I mean, there's me here, and it's stopped raining yet, and they've been through, you know, some fantastic countries. But of course, isn't it a shame, you know, that because of Brexit again, you could only do this 90-day thing, and it, you know, the freedom of travel is taken away from us because of stupid governments and their laws, eh? I mean, okay, I sort of get it. the freedom of travel is also restricted throughout a lot of places in the world these days because of mankind's stupidity to fight and argue and take hostages and God knows what else, you know. But you know, when that in itself is awful, but when it comes down to that, you've got things where governments, because of something as stupid as Brexit, you know, slap on travel restrictions. I mean, I sort of get it. Any European person, you know, who goes over to the UK, probably staying more than 90 days isn't something that they'll do. Or, you know, you can certainly probably see what you want to see in the UK within 90 days. So, you know, but when you're travelling throughout Europe and you're restricted to 90 days, well, then of course it does, doesn't it? It makes life difficult, you know, changes things altogether. Anyway, that's what happens, I suppose. And of course, the last couple of days we've had all the protests here in France, you know. Just round by us, I mean, you know, this is a national thing, but the roads in and out of Quimper, yesterday there's things set on fire, and you know, do you know, I mean, I sort of, people should be able to have the right to protest, you know. I mean, I get that, you know, they should, but I've never understood that when people do protest, why they have to damage people's property, you know, set fire to, you know, to buses. There was a buzz, a coach, there was a couple of wagons set on fire, and you know, you think to yourself, oh, I don't know. Now, do you see what I mean about this bike? He's jumping. Look at it. You know, look at it. It is absolutely awful. You know, at low revs, this thing is a total waste of time. You know, I'll be so glad when they get it sorted out. You know, I again, this is me going on my experience of my bike, but I wouldn't recommend this bike. I really wouldn't. Yeah, I think the people that say what a fantastic bike it is, and oh, it's brilliant to ride, and God knows, I sort of have to think, well, I don't know, perhaps it's me, but I've been on a lot more comfortable bikes than this, and doing this is absolutely diabolical. Look at it. Where do I want to go now? I think we're going to go this way, yeah. We'll have a little run down here, shall we? Did you hear it? I don't know what these gentlemen are doing here, eh? Ain't it great, eh? 4 of them. One might know what he's doing. Not too sure about the others, mind you. Let's go and, shall we go and look at the port? Oh no, hang on. We have a lot of clipboards there. We'll go and have a look at the port, shall we? Would be rude not to, seeing as we're this close. I'm not on the wrong side of the road, by the way. This is a one-way here, so now, although this is my right of way around here, you have to be extremely careful because people come straight up there, they don't observe the stop sign, and if you're not careful, it's flash bang wallop. Yeah, you can tell that the look at look at this. I mean, come on. It does make riding this bike extremely distasteful. We'll turn it round in a minute and just pull up there. Have a quick look there. Might even look like it's going to rain again in a minute, which would be a bit of a pain in the bum to say the least, but hey ho. Make sure there's nothing behind us, which there isn't. Actually, we stayed down there. We'll go down a bit so we can see out to sea, shall we? There we go, we'll pull up there for a minute. Look at that. That looks nice. I'm just looking at this tick over again. I don't know how well you can see that. Can you see it there? Look here. Give it a rev. I don't know. Anyway, to be honest with you, this hasn't run so jumpy for a long time. You know. Now I know I haven't used it for a bit, but that should have absolutely nothing to do with it whatsoever at all. Nothing. Right. Can't see for cars there. Looks pretty cool. Look at this. Look at this jumping. Anybody tell me that's normal? Yeah, that is diabolical. Look at this. You gotta laugh, really, ain't you? If you didn't, you'd cry. See, like I say, once you get it the speed up, you know, 3,000 revs and above, it's okay. But below that, it runs terrible. So I had my paperwork popping this morning. I wonder where he was going in. And you can always tell when winter's going to arrive, can't you? When it's on its way. When you get your paperwork come through telling you it's time to have your flu jab and your COVID vaccine, eh? So yeah, this morning mine popped through the letterbox, and I can have it any time after, I think it's October the 4th, I think it is. Get myself booked in. You just go to the chemist there, I'm sure you do in most countries, and you take your little bit of paper with you and get your jabs, and hopefully see through another one. That's a nice colour, isn't it? Obviously a respray job, because I don't think I've ever seen a Porsche in that colour before, but yeah, that was a nice colour. Yeah, so when I was when I got ambushed by my wife and my daughter last week to take them up to Brest on a shopping trip, they wanted to go to Primark, right? I'm sure if there's any ladies out there listening, they'll know exactly what Primark's like. Obviously, you know, it's not my sort of shop, you know, it's not, to be fair, but again, you know, life's not all about me, so, you know, off we toddle to Primark. Now, the only good thing that I could see about going there was the fact that Primark, literally just down the road from there, is IKEA. Now, not that I particularly like shopping in IKEA, but literally 2 minutes away from IKEA is Royal Enfield, where I bought all my bikes from, and also IKEA do a cracking fish and chips for the dinner time menu. So it was actually worth spending a bit of disgruntled time in Primark to get a decent fish and chips, because it is nice, I've got to be honest. And then we toddled across to Royal Enfield, and I had a good nosy round there, and Eric was saying to me yesterday that he rather likes the Bear, you know, the 650 Bear, and I got to be honest, it's a cracking looking bike, but I'm not particularly myself into sort of scramblery things, which I sort of presume that's what that is, you know. And one, it literally is on my maximum limit for height, yeah, but also it was quite a heavy bike. One thing that I did sit on, and I really like this bike, is the 2025, and I said this in the video I did yesterday, the 2025 Interceptor, the 650 Interceptor. I mean, it really is, I was surprised. It felt no different than sitting on this bike. Now, I know there is a slight bit of weight difference, but there's not much. There's hardly any difference in weight between this and the Interceptor, and I just like the feel of it. I liked it when I sat on it. I like the look of it, because the one that I was looking at was the one with the black engine, and yeah, I mean, yes, I like chrome engines, I do. I've had my fair share over the years. You know what, it's a lot of hard work. My mate Pete up in Normandy got a 350 Classic, and I could use his engine as a mirror. I could. Absolutely keeps it beautiful, he does. These days I'm into black engines. Spray them with a bit of silicone oil, yeah, wipe it over, you know, keep it all nice and clean, nice and clean and shiny. Anyway, so yeah, I really like the Interceptor, and who knows, eh? Who knows? I don't know, you know, I mean, like I've said, to trade this in, lose too much money, and it's pretty obvious I ain't going to sell it. This has been up for sale now, you know. Excuse me, I've lowered the price twice. Yeah, like I said, in hindsight, which is a fantastic thing, I should have just bought the Interceptor. I don't know why I bought this bike, to be honest with you. I sit and think about it every day, but still, never mind. I mean, it's like now, look at it, you know, it's running great. You know, it's just this low speed thing, and you know, they got to get it sorted out, you know, they really have. Let's have a look at my battery. Yeah, we're looking good. Now this village here, I hadn't been through it much, well, for a fair time. The whole thing now, the whole village has changed to a zone 30. There used to be a, can we fly through here? I'm sure we can. There used to be a bit of it which was a zone 30, which was the bit by the school. There you go again. School nearby, 110 metres. Blipped in my ear. But yeah, and I get that, you know, this here is the old zone 30 bit, because that building there is the school. Hi, where you going, mate? And but now they've made the whole village from one end to the other is a zone 30, and I mean, I get oops a daisy, that trench took me a bit. I mean, I get it, I do, you know. It's, I gotta be honest, there's not a huge respect in this country for the speed. I mean, when I came here at first, speed cameras were, well, they just, you know, they didn't exist. Well, I'd say they didn't exist, but you didn't see any. Well, I didn't see any, and then all of a sudden they appeared, and now they're appearing all over the place, and in the whole of the Breton, which is a big area. The Breton department is a big area, because the Breton itself is made up of other little bits and pieces in it, like there's Finisterre, there's Morbihan, there's, oh, I don't know, there's a few anyway. And so in the whole of the Breton, the gendarmes now are out in force. This is due to the fact, you know, hiding behind bushes and God knows what else. And also what they're doing is they're pulling over the school buses first thing in the morning, breathalyzing the drivers and God knows. So there's a big purge at the moment going on, with all the gendarmes and traffic. So yeah, so of course there's a lot of these little, oh dear, he's kicking some muck up. There's a lot of these little villages now that have gone, you know, completely into the 30, which on my Himalayan or my Meteor is fine. They'll trundle across there, no problem at all. This, on the other hand, at 30 is a nightmare, spluttering and jumping all over the place. So, but of course, that's not the fault of the authorities. It's going to be interesting to see what Royal Enfield do with this bike. You know, I mean, I know it's got a 3-year warranty on it, but at the end of the day, like I said, a warranty is only as good as the backup that you actually get, isn't it? You know, to be honest. And at the moment, oh, where's he going? At the moment, the warranty, it seems to be, and it's not the dealer's fault, you know. You know, the dealer says he can't do anything until he gets the go-ahead from Royal Enfield in India, which, you know, I mean, I get it. You know, that's what they've set their sort of standards as. That's the procedure that dealerships, I would imagine, worldwide have to follow. The only annoying thing that I find is that, you know, you walk in there, you pay your money, you come out with the bike, and then when something goes wrong, I mean, it's already been 4 weeks, 5 weeks nearly, since I took it up for them to check. He hasn't heard anything back from India yet, which, you know, it's sort of thing, you know, gets you a bit angry at times. You think, well, hold on a minute, you know, this, I mean, again, like now, this, but you know what, even at this speed, this bike always seems a bit, and I know this is going to sound stupid, but it sounds a bit over thumper. Yeah, it's a traditional single cylinder thumper, that's what it is. But it seems, I don't know, it just seems like something just isn't right with this bike, you know. And when I say this bike, I'm not on about the whole Guerrilla range, I'm on about this bike, you know, because he said himself, you know, the dealer, he hasn't had this before, but he can't deny there's something wrong with it because the fault codes were there. And he said, you know, he did actually ring round a couple of dealers after hearing about me, you know, that I've been in, and asked them if they got any problems like this. And the only one that he came across was there was one with the 450 Himalayan, which of course, you know, same engine, but I know it's all geared up different, but it's the same engine. And apparently the trouble was, I didn't quite understand what he was saying, because obviously we have a language barrier, although David does speak excellent English, but he was going on about the piston, and I thought to myself, right, okay, so I mean, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you, but yeah, so that in itself will be interesting to find out exactly what's going on. But yeah, I mean, if you like there, you know, if you want to open it up, it'll go, you know, it goes, and it goes good. But get it back down on these low revs, well, it hasn't rained. I mean, I haven't been out for long, but it hasn't rained, so, but it's been a break. They're putting these, see these, these generators are coming all round here now, because I'm not too sure when it is, but soon everywhere round here loses the power for the day. And so they're getting all these generators ready, because the last time they did this, it went on it went on longer than a day. And you can imagine, can't you, when you're told, oh, don't worry about it, it's got to be off, for like, well, it was supposed to be like half a day. And then I don't know what happened, but whatever happened, it stayed off longer than that. And yeah, so this time I don't think they're taking any chances. Well, it's getting more cloudy now. It was all pretty clear before, wasn't it? But now it's the clouds are sneaking in again. Like I said, the forecast for tomorrow and Saturday isn't good at all. I mean, see, this is where it starts jumping again. You'd think, wouldn't you, that it's got to brighten up this weather, in it. It can't stay like this for too much longer, can it? Eh? Mind you, it appears, to be honest with you, that most of Europe has copped this. An awful lot of it. My son's on the farms at the moment, because obviously that's what he's training to do. And oh, look at over there, look, I'd say it's definitely coming back. I think I've picked a good time. And of course they're all busy now cutting the wheat, these things here, the corn, sorry, because they have to be careful, which is, they're all moaning. Mind you, I got to be honest, when don't farmers moan? Jesus. Anyway, because normally in September, obviously, it tends to be, or should be, pretty dry and warm, because when they cut this stuff, obviously it's stacked away, because not all this here, all this corn, all the corn around here is only grown for cattle feed. That's it. This all round here, it isn't grown for human consumption. I mean, obviously some is somewhere, but not round here. All the farms that grow it here, it's all grown for the cattle feed. So of course it's all got up with one of the, the big combine harvesters, and it like shreds it out, and it's all thrown out. I'd say here comes the rain, look. And if it's put away wet, then it all goes mouldy and rots, and the whole thing's just been a waste of time. So this weather for them at the moment is just an absolute nightmare, absolute nightmare. So so my son's he's doing the weekend as well. I thought he was going to give me a hand on the chalet, but now he's abandoned me. He has, turncoat. He's off He's off with his farmer mates because, you know, they're getting all this corn. You know, look at it. There's all this lot here. There's fields of it. Well, not there, but there. Fields of the damn stuff. And it's all, you know. But of course, if it's absolutely thrown it down the weekend, which it's supposed to be, they're going to struggle, you know. So I don't know. And there's me. I thought I had problems doing the chalet, and these poor buggers can't even cut the cord. What's life coming to? Anyway, well, there you go. I'm back home now. I know this has been a short ride, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I have, and it does actually look like, look at this, look, it does actually look like I've only just, in fact it is just starting to spit with rain again. So yeah, the weather forecast, I got it right, because I said there was a break for a couple of 3 hours and then it was coming back, and I'd say we're going to get it again. Well, we are, because it's slightly starting to spit. So I'll get the bike back in the garage, keep it nice and dry, eh? I don't like getting my bikes wet. It's too much like hard work to clean them, eh? Let's just get myself done and dusted here. Okay, well, there you go, eh? So if you'd enjoyed this, then give me a thumbs up. That would be great. I'd absolutely love that. I've enjoyed the ride, I've enjoyed your company, and yeah, what can I say? I'll see you all in the next video. I'm not too sure when that's going to be. I really haven't, because like I said, you know, it looks like the chalet's stopped for a bit with this weather, and also I can't see me getting out on the bike if the forecast is right. So yeah, anyway, right, on that note, I'm going. I hope you're all well. Thanks ever so much for watching me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.